Good morning, South Florida. I'm meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez, and just in the 11 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center for Hurricane Irma, there are some changes to the forecast cone. It is still a major Category 5 hurricane at this time, and max sustained winds still 185 miles per hour. Now, it is moving just a little faster to the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour and still forecast to remain a Cat 5 here as it continues moving towards the northwest and could be likely to the north of Hispaniola as we head into tomorrow, and likely Category 5 moving across the Turks and Caicos, potentially the southeast Bahamas as we head into Friday morning, and thereafter could be moving over the mountainous terrain of Cuba or the Bahamas. Still a Cat 5 as we head into the weekend. There's still a lot of uncertainty. However, you'll notice that forecast cone has continued to shift a little bit to the east, meaning that there is a possibility that we could see Irma weaken to a Category 4 and maybe just be offshore or right up along the coast of the state of Florida as we head into the weekend. And that could be anywhere from Saturday night into early Sunday morning, and then likely continuing along that northerly path steered by a front that's expected to develop. So the cone is still widening up as we head into the weekend and early next week, but we are seeing that trend with the model shifting to the east, and that's being reflected in the forecast cone that's being issued by the meteorologists at the National Hurricane Center. So look at how massive this hurricane is, and this is the reason I want to show you the satellite. Although we're seeing that the forecast cone is shifted to the east and we could see Irma just offshore, this system is so massive that we will still be dealing with the impacts of Irma even if it remains just off to our east or moving along the east coast of the state. So there it is right now. It is just pummeling parts of the Caribbean, and it is headed here into Puerto Rico. The rain bands already impacting them. So hurricane warnings remain in place for the northern Leeward Islands, for the British and U.S. Virgin Islands, as well as Puerto Rico and northern portions of Hispaniola. Hurricane warnings in place for Turks and Caicos, southeast Bahamas, and we do have hurricane watches in place for the central Bahamas and Cuba as well. Here's the radar, and we are seeing those rain bands wrapping around and just slamming parts of Anguilla and even Puerto Rico. Look at the heavy rain moving in across parts of San Juan at this time. Let's take a look at the computer models, and most of them are tightly in agreement that Irma will likely move west-northwest. But look at what happens here. As we head into later this week, we are going to see a turn to the north likely, but when will that take place? That will really determine how severe the impacts will be for us here in South Florida. But we are going to see the possibility that Irma could be just to the east, along the coast, or even directly moving up the coast of Florida as we head into late weekend and early next week. Of course, we'll have continuous updates right here on CBS 4 as we have team coverage. Another update at 11 and then at noon.